You may know this player as your friendly, familiar face in the pool world. But in this episode, you're going to learn new things about this particular person, his calm and collective mannerisms at the pool table, some heartbreaks along the way. This is the Golden Break. You tested positive for a drug as such.
If that didn't happen that time, it would happen in the future anyway.
You admit it's a mistake that you made.
I was complaining and, letting it out somehow.
Because I could see the emotion from you. Mario, you're 29 years of age, professional pool player. I want to know everything about Mario here. When did you start playing pool?
I started in summer 2004. The story, how I started was I had a friend in school, and it was a coincidence because I just was friends with him for 1 week, and we were in school for 4 years, and we didn't like each other, just 1 week, and he played pool for 1 month. So exactly at that time, he brought me to the pool club, and I played pool, and I liked it immediately, and I started to play there.
And how old were you at this point?
I was 10. I just turned 11. Like I was between 10 and 11. Yeah.
So you find sometimes, like most players, it's, their dads normally push them to play pool or anything like that. So you literally were at school with your friend, so you didn't even like this friend.
Yeah.
How did you begin to even like him then?
I don't know. We just had a time where we were talking to each other, and he brought me, I don't know, he said, hey, let's do something. I said, okay, we're going to do something. And he said, okay, let's go play pool. And I didn't know what pool is at that time. And he showed me, and then I just liked it. I don't know, I just liked the form of the table, the balls, how they were rolling. And yeah, I couldn't play pool back then, but I liked it a lot.
I was going to say, were you any good at that point? Or
not at all. I didn't even know what that was, I never saw it in my life until that time.
So do you feel like where you've got to in your life now in pool, that this friend of yours, that's someone to kind of thank for introducing you?
Yes, I think I have to be very thankful for that. But I don't have contact with him anymore for maybe more than 15 years. Yeah. So
talk me through that transition then. So you're 10 years old, you're not very good at pool, but you like it. So how did that transition to you playing in Euro tours, you playing in these events? What did you do to now turn into a pool player?
So when I started playing pool, I was playing soccer and chess at the same time. And then I had to stop. Let's say I had to stop one thing, and I decided for soccer because it took the most time. And chess, you don't have to go every week or every week twice. You just can go once a week or maybe once in 2 weeks. So I just decided to stop playing soccer. And after that, I decided to stop playing chess as well, because playing pool, chess, and also school was too much for me. I just liked pool so much that I just wanted to play pool at that time. And I improved quite a lot in the first 2 years, and I got my first successes in a very young age. And I was just like a little bit addicted to get more successful, yeah. And I think I also had a very good area where I could improve my game because I had many good players in my area. And I mean, the same Albin and Max and many other young guys at the same age. We were exactly at the same time, so you had someone to compare with and to try to be better than him. And I think that helped me a lot to gain a very good level.
Now, you spoke about chess. You are a national champion at chess, right?
Not a national. It's like a state champion of Austria. And at the Austrian championship, at the national championship, I got 5th, I think. 5th? Yeah, 5th place.
What attracted you to chess? Who goes from soccer, chess, to then pool?
Well, I started playing soccer when I was 5 or 6. My parents, they just wanted me to do something. And chess, my father played chess, and I also liked the board of chess, and I always asked what was that, and then he tried to tell me the rules of chess, and I it was very difficult for me for a kid, to get to know chess and to get to know the rules. But it took a while, but then I also liked it, and then I had it in school. There was like you can decide what you do, besides of, or you could decide you can do it like how you say, you can choose between, let's say, chess, French, speaking as French lessons, and
So it was part of the
yeah,
curriculum, sort of thing, to learn
right.
chess.
And I said, okay, I already know chess from my father, and I started to play there, and I did well, I think. Yeah.
So your father played chess, so he obviously wanted you to pursue that. How did he take you transitioning to the pool instead?
Well, I don't know if he wanted me to be a professional in chess, but he, I don't know, he thought it's good to play chess, and I think it's also good for the private life, because it calms you a little bit. I think it's a very good game for concentration. Um, yeah, I mean it, and I liked it. And now my sister, she has a son, and I'm coaching him chess now. So maybe he's gonna go the same way as I did.
Do you think that there's sometimes that when you're playing pool now, because the arenas are a lot more intense, that something that you learnt from chess, do you apply that now in your pool game?
I think yes. I think I'm I'm very calm as a person, and when you play chess in a tournament or when you played a league, it was very quiet. So it's similar to pool, not always, but it's like some you have to concentrate, and also there's sometimes you hear some sounds, or let's say you hear also sometimes the crowd, and it can disturb you, but it shouldn't. So you have to be in the concentration, and you shouldn't get out of it because of something else. And you have to remember a lot of things. And I think also for me, pool there is a little bit chess inside, like the tactical. It's not really the tactical, it's not the same thing, but a little bit of it. So I think that helps me in the pool game.
It's really interesting because when you do look at how you play, you are a lot more of a calm player. I've never personally seen you go out and react. I mean, might see it at the US Open now where something like that happens, but it's actually really interesting for you to say that because I always knew that you played chess. So it's just interesting how that can obviously, how that helps your career in other ways in other sports. So yeah, it's really interesting to hear that side of it.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about the poker because these are all really strange, different, I'd say sports. Yeah. You've got the soccer, you've got chess, you've got pool, and then you dabbled in a bit of poker during, I believe, COVID. You picked it up?
Also before.
Okay.
I had a time, let's say, when I was 20 until 25, 26. I played a lot. I started also playing when I was 15, 16 with friends. We were like 6 friends. We had a friendly round and we were just playing for like few cents, let's say, and we just had fun. We had a good evening, and we started to like it so much. And when I turned 18, we went into it was like a poker room, and I just liked it. Also, like the adrenaline of playing poker. So the first 2 years, it was like experience for me, and maybe also there the part of chess came into it. That I liked it and that I played at not a good level, but a decent level. So, and I had some success there as well. Yeah, it's.
Do you find that perhaps in chess, and just from an outside, I've never played chess in my life. I've watched the Queen's Gambit. That's as much as I sort of seen chess. But the adrenaline that maybe you get in pool and that you get in the poker, you don't really get that in chess, probably.
I think you get when you, because in chess, I think chess is for me, chess is the sport where there is no luck at all. There is no luck involved at all. The thing is, you have to have like a poker face, because when you're in trouble and you act, the opponent gonna see that, and then he starts to play better, to make better moves, to think easier, and it calms him down. So that's some part of chess, I think, and that's also in poker and also in pool. When, let's say, your opponent in pool is reacting aggressive or bad, when he's missing something, and you can see it, and it pushes your opponent to play better, and it pushes you and pulls you down to play worse. So, and I think that's in poker the same. When you are easy to read, then it's tougher to win against better players. And I think it's the same in pool and the same in chess.
Do you play much poker anymore?
Not anymore. I didn't play for around 2-3 years. Just I didn't want to do 2-3 things at the same time, because I think what I learned is, when I did this, I didn't feel 100% happy with both, and since I do just pool, I can concentrate more on that, and I think I improved a lot. And just when you give 110% in one thing, I think it's better than just try to do 2 things at the same time, because I don't think you can do both things 110%.
So would you say this is the first time that maybe in your life or career that you're now 110% on pool, and that's your...
I don't think it's the first time, because I think the best level in pool I had, I don't know, I can't really say, but it was when I was 25, 26 years old.
Which is how many years ago? 4 years ago?
It was 4 or 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. It was at the time when I qualified for the Mosconi Cup. That time I felt that I played my best game. But right now I think I'm feeling quite a similar game as that time before. But there I think it was just let's say a good run. I felt like, everything is going the right way without not doing nothing, but I think the last 2 years I did more than at that time, 4 or 5 years ago.
We'll talk about that Mosconi Cup qualification, because, I remember the conversations that I had myself with you around that time. So you tested positive for a drug and you received a ban, and you couldn't actually play in your first ever Mosconi Cup.
Yeah. Well, it was very, very complicated. I know, I think, so first of all, I want to say, if that didn't happen that time, it would happen in the future anyway, because it was my mistake, and it was like, I didn't know that I changed the medication, and the medication I took before for the blood pressure was okay, and I checked, and I was like, okay. And then I got a new one. My doctor told me I should change because maybe it works better for myself. And I said, okay. And the name was exactly the same, just that there was a plus after that name of the brand. And I didn't really take care about that. And I just said, okay, it's the same. And I didn't think about asking, or I never had that in my mind.
And these were just like medicine that you've been taking all your life, or just for high blood pressure?
Yeah, since we found out that I had high blood pressure, it was like around 16, 17, around that age. Yeah, and since then I took it. And well, now I don't take it anymore. I mean, I don't take that anymore, which is on the list, on the doping list, because I asked my doctor if it's possible that we can do something that I'm 100% safe, And yeah, now I don't take it anymore. So that's one problem less. And it works well at the moment. Yeah.
Just talk through that time where, you know, you said you were having a good run, everything was going right, and I remember you qualified for that Mosconi Cup, and, you know, everyone knows in the pool world that everyone tries to qualify for the Mosconi Cup. It's the biggest event, and that feeling to qualify for it, and then to find out that this blocker comes in that is, by the way, that, you know, it's tablets that you're taking for high blood pressure, and it's, you know, you admit it's a mistake that you made, but it's something that you could never even foresee that would have come up. What was going through your mind at this point, and how did you even sort of come back from that? Did you even watch the Mosconi? How were you even feeling at that point?
Well, when I qualified, I think this was maybe the best moment in pool I had. Like, not at the table, but outside when I qualified. I think it was the best feeling I had. But also it was the worst feeling when I found out that I couldn't play. It was at the Euro Tour. And I was like, oh, it's like a joke, you know. I thought, okay, there might be a mistake. And we were thinking, what did I eat, or what did I take something, what was wrong, and I couldn't find out.
So at this point, you didn't even think that it was the high blood pressure tablets?
No. I was like, okay, you know, because at the test, I know already the test was at the Euro Tour in Austria. And they asked me if I take a medication at the doping test. And I said, yes, I took this one. But I forgot the plus, because I thought it doesn't have a plus. So I said I told them the medication, and I thought, okay, you know, everything is good. And then the next Euro Tour, I got the email. And I was like, it was like, I don't know, 2 weeks before the Mosconi Cup, something like that. And yeah, that was a big shock. And I had to give up the Euro Tour because there's no sense to play. And also I'm not allowed to play at that time. And then we had to figure out, okay, you know, what to do with the doctor, with the NADA, or with the WADA. So there were some big problems coming up, and I didn't know really what to think. I was just like really shocked at that moment, and then I had like 1 or 2 weeks to settle everything, and I think this was the worst time in pool. Yeah, for sure.
When, how long was the ban for that you ended up getting?
It was, I think, 4 to 6 months. I'm not sure. I think it was 4 or 6. I'm not sure.
But during that time, you won a party poker online tournament.
It was live.
It was
Yeah,
live.
it was live.
So you ended up, now
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, but you ended up winning more money than you would have got even if you went on Mosconi Cup, right?
That's true. That's a good thing, but if I can choose what happened, I wouldn't play the poker event.
Oh,
know?
wow, really?
Yeah, it's not about the money, I think. It's just about to have that experience to play one time. And also the things what happened, I didn't like it. So if I go back to future, I would still change it. You know, this one I would change. Yeah. And also you asked me if I watched it, and I said, of course I watched it.
Just through your eyes.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was like, I couldn't watch it with someone. I was watching it alone because I just wanted to watch alone. And I think I didn't, I don't know, not since I play pool, but since I play professional, I never missed a Mosconi Cup. Yeah. Wow. Mm-hmm.
So this year, you've been playing on the Euro Tours. You've been climbing. You've been actually. I'm going to change it. You've been sneaking through the rankings, and you're like this dark horse coming up through. And you know, everyone has been speaking about Filler getting through, and then you've got Francisco winning. But you're there, like you're chasing everyone. Is this now? Have you just looking at this and you're like, this is your time to get into this event, to get through the rankings, and now there's this transparency. Have you really got your eyes set on the Mosconi?
I have it in my mind, but I don't want to think about it, Okay. Of course, I know what I have to do now at the US Open to qualify. It's very, very tough what I have to do. And I don't want to think about it, but it's not getting out of your mind, especially when it's close, when it's getting close to that stage. Um, it's my goal, but it's I don't know. It's very, very tough to qualify straight, and I don't know. I just try to do it like every tournament. My goal is always to be in the last day. This is my goal for all the tournaments, being at the last day. And yeah, this time maybe I have to put it a little bit higher, my goal.
Talking of goals, do you have certain goals or achievements that you want to achieve in life?
In general life, yes, I have. I have few financial goals, what I don't want to tell.
Yeah.
It's not about money, it's about investing something, and there I have my private goals. I think I don't want to regret anything, This is how I want to live my life. And I think it's not really a goal, but it's like a way of living, I think. It's when you decide about few things, you always think, okay, you don't want to regret it after. So you think about it twice, and that's what I think. That's what my goal is for living my life.
Do you have any key moments that have ever happened where you do have that regret of anything? Anything that comes to mind?
I don't think so, no. I don't think so. Some things, some bad things happens, but you can't really do something against it. But about decisions in my life, I think I don't regret anything. Yeah.
It's good. Most people can probably sit there and go of so many things that they could regret. So it's a really good
Yeah, I mean, you can regret some things, but then also you have to see that some things wouldn't happen, some good things wouldn't happen if you wouldn't have done that. So, yeah, that's why I say I don't regret anything. Yeah.
So you spoke a bit about like you've got a tough US Open ahead. Just more general about tough matches or game day. How does Mario He prepare for a big tournament like the US Open or any of the other big open events? How do you prepare?
The preparation for me starts earlier than just 1-2 days before. It's just when you're at home, you try to, let's say, get ready for the format, get ready for the mentally, especially mentally. You have to get ready that you're going to be there in the USA to play against the best of the world. And I just, like 2-3 days before the tournament, I just tried to get to focus, get some practice before the match, and stay relaxed and calm. I think this is the most important thing for me, just to be not stressful, don't have a stressful day, and have a relaxing day, and like find yourself, that you're in harmony, something like that. It sounds nice, but yeah, it's something like that. Just to be with yourself in a good harmony, and then I think this is the best way for myself to be ready for the tournament, and yeah, just focus 100% on pool, not thinking about private things, what happens at home, just about pool. Yeah.
When I get a bit stressed out, I'll go to the gym or go and buy something. Retail therapy, like I see these Jordans. Do you go and buy a pair of trainers?
Well, I'm like a little bit addicted to buy those. Maybe that's a problem with my money. I don't know. I really like them, and when I like something, I just buy it because I say, if I don't buy it, I'm gonna regret it. Maybe like you have it, and I wear it, and I'm happy. So this is something what makes me happy. It's not something what I have to do to play good, but if I see something what I like, I say, why not? Like.
Well, kind of like how Paul started. You saw it and you liked it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, just talk a little bit about you when you said you grew up, you were around other players in Austria, for instance, that you can look to. So you've got the likes of Albin, for instance. Do you find that obviously you're an incredible player in yourself, and I know personally that you are due a title, one of these big titles, World Cup of pool aside, you know, an individual title. Do you sometimes find it a bit tough with travelling with Albin and sort of Albin, you know, is the one taking down these tournaments, and it must be hard coming from both Austria sort of thing? Is that
No, not really. I have a lot of respect for Albin. He's very, very good for me. He's one of the best players. So, and I don't want to compare myself with someone. You know, I'm individual. I have my own character. He has his own character, and he did a great job to be successful like that. And you know, I also want to have that, but not the same way. I just want to win. I just want to win a tournament because of myself, not because of someone in Austria won, you know. And for me, I think Albin is the same as, let's say, I don't know, Shane or Joshua. It's just the individual, and I don't look at the country. I just look at the player, and there is no jealousness or hate. There's nothing, really.
It's interesting to hear it, because from the outside perspective, you automatically probably think it because you're both from Austria and it's like a rivalry. But like you said, you just look at him like he's Joshua Filler or Shane Van Boning, who are also winning.
Yeah, that's definitely that. I mean, when I was younger, I had some rivalry with another player, but he stopped. It was something else, but it wasn't that big, you know. Like it was a good time because we were improving a lot, because he wanted to be better than me, and I wanted to be better than him. That helped me a lot, I think. Yeah, but with Albin, like, I mean, we won together the World Cup of Pool twice, so I mean, we like each other a lot. So I don't think there is room for something like, you know, not hoping that he's successful. You know. Yeah.
The European Open. Now, I saw you after your match, and I'm not going to lie, my heart was like in pieces, because I could see the emotion from you. And again, you touch base on you're a calm player, and you came away from that match, which was clearly a devastating match for you, and and I hope you don't mind me saying, you're in the other side of the arena, you know, in tears after this match. Just talk me through the emotions of that.
I was playing, like, this year I was playing very solid. I was playing good. And I finished, like, I don't know, I had like 5, 6 semifinals this year. And I played against Albin. The round before I played against Joshua, and I felt really good. I played really good. And, you know, sometimes you have the feeling that you're going to win something. You're going to win the tournament. I had it when I played the Euro Tours, which I won. You know, I experienced that feeling. And I had that feeling against Albin, not against Albin, but at the tournament, you know, at the final day and the day before. And I was playing good. I had it in my hand. I was, let's say, I had a chance to not win easy, but I had the time when I was dominating the match, and I just gave it away somehow. Some strange things happened, and I didn't feel really bad, but I felt like, okay, it's maybe not my day, you know, like, I don't want to say that I was unlucky, but it was like a mixture of not feeling well, not playing my perfect game, and, you know, sometimes then some strange things happen at the table. And, you know, I thought that might be the one, you know, that I really want, and it wasn't, but yeah. I mean, in the end, I was like not the day after, but let's say like 3-4 days later, I was happy that Albin won, you know, because I hope that he wins the tournament when I lost to him. I mean, right after I wasn't thinking about that because I was
crying your eyes out.
Yeah. And I was driving home and I was like, oh, damn. Yeah. But, you know, I think all losses or all wins, it's something what makes you stronger. especially losses, I think. Wins gives you a lot of confidence, and losses, I think this is the opportunity to learn something, to improve your game, your strength.
Would you say that you're quite an emotional player
I
or
think
person?
so. I think so, yeah. But I'm trying to be like, try to keep it my own, don't want to show others. But yeah, I think emotional. I think I'm emotional, yeah.
And after something like that, how do you spoke about 3 or 4 days afterwards, how do you bounce back from that devastation of that match?
Well, I have a few friends at home, like very close friends, and I'm talking a lot about that. I was complaining and, like letting it out somehow. Also with the family, of course, with my sister, with my parents, just talking and, I don't know, letting out something. I think you have to do it. You have to do it. Some people have to do it in this way, some on the other way. And yeah, this is the way I did. And I just think you need to get the bad emotions, or not bad emotions, but like when you don't feel comfortable, when you don't feel good, when something bad happens, you have to let it out. If it's talking, if it's going to the gym and crush the gym, whatever, yeah. And yeah, but I do like a mixture of that, talking a lot, going to the gym, and yeah, that helps a lot.
Okay, and to wrap up, I want you to tell me something about yourself that people do not know. Or that I don't know.
I don't know. One moment, I have to think about it, because I don't really have to hide something. But also I don't talk too much.
Do you have any tattoos?
Oh, no, I don't have, but I'm gonna get maybe one in end of the year.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. I hope so, but I just want to say maybe. So next year you're gonna see me maybe with a tattoo.
Cool. I think we'll wrap up there. Yeah. Thanks, Mario. That was absolutely delightful.
Perfect.
Well, I know so much about you. You're not national champion of chess, but I'm so sorry.
It's okay.